appreciate it. It's gonna be tough. Happy to hear that.
I don't know about that.
Take care.
All right. Well then. All right then.
Let's go.
Is there any shelter from this? Closure, oh closure. Oh ho!
What do you want to do?
My thanks.
That's awful.
All right. Well then.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
The announcement is soon.
No.
Say there.
All right then.
What is it? Oh, I am good.
Oh, why?
Wow! Ridiculous.
Hey, listen. That's what we're pointing at. Excuse me. tough. Happy to hear that. Take care.
All right. Well then. All right then.
Let's go. But
Oi there! Oh-ho!
what do you want to do?
My thanks.
All right. Well then.
It would seem that disaster was averted.
Right then. Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
So it really is His Majesty?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king. This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
Anyone?
Even me?
If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
Hold on. You mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
I heard the announcement. The Church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news, too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that, too, was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength. We appear to be at an impasse.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you. When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Where?
You're kidding.
All right, then.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. What do you need?
I don't care who gets it, so long as it's not. What incarnation?
All right, then.
That's terribly on that damned Luis.
Ridiculous.
So foolish.
What should I do?
Stop that at once!
Hello there.
Huh? Why?
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry. Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he? It's going to be so lonely. The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a
Even so.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my...
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes. Thank you for...
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead.
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if...
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims.
Sorry, did I wake you? Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about it together.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we've finally some room to breathe. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is... couldn't be further from reality, could it? And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the kings. Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us. Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline decides. That privilege can make us insensitive. A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse. Sleep should come easier now. I think I'll give it another chance. Wait, how long have you been asleep?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne! Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied nations' capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials. First, we have the Exhibition of the Brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
Stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius' personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it?
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the Tournament for the Throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and...
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim, even should His Highness wake.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh? Hey, were you even listening to us? Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think...
This could be just the excuse He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans...
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is...
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Of course I do.
No hesitation.
Right. In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Sheesh. So much for being...
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in a... Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
I have to carry on his legacy.
I see. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow!
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
I hadn't thought of that.
Is it even possible? Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make...
Does that mean you're not coming back?
No, we'll be back.
I don't...
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but...
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own...
A carriage might save our chance. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
I'm the one entering.
You?
I've not heard of any age restrict...
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya?
Could you just do your job, please?
Ah. Weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? What? We got a
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He,
Could swear I've seen you before. Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the...
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a...
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough...
Some postings over there. They should...
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to me.
Hang on! There's nothing but small time.
You lot here for this tournament? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest
How about requests on anything aside from monsters?
Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme.
This might just be Whoa!
Do you have any idea who that is? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. It may... Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about...
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types.
Stuck-up little... Is that...
He was right about the rules, though.
Don't worry. I know what...
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things.
Don't worry. I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg.
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and...
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too... We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured.
I see.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
We just want to help you.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that.
Thanks to you. Closure. Thank you all. And in that case, we shall meet in Martira, the old...
Well, no backing out of this now.
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
I guess that's...
I'll convince Hulkenberg.
Oi, oi!
No, thank you.
Hey!
Let's focus.
Let's call it.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that.
Well, I have made some arrangement. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer.
You don't...
No, I'm certain.
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a night.
You needn't speak so. In truth, though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can...
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found youth.
Sounds like you've been through a lot.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's rest.
Fancy a bit of it?
Don't push yourself.
Now then.
What?
Good night.
Can I come in?
You can't sleep?
No, that's not it. You're all leaving tomorrow. I'll be cheering for you. I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
Pavel was trying to stop a bad man, and that's what you're all doing too. Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. The next time I see you again.
This one's important.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, it pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
You truly are devoted to it.
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see. You needn't worry. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book... So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see, had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. I must clear my head of these fantasies. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream 'tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Judah!
Lady Judah!
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctists have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow, If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
A land runner?
It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all. Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on! So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
Just a sec.
Can you hear me?
Let's see.
Hold on.
Let's see.
Let us hurry.
Let's see.
Hold on.
Let us hurry.
Let's see here. Let's... Whoa. That's where you want to go. Wow.
Oh.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is... I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side?
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the...
That's the ticket.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yeah. Where to, ladies?
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg!
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you could... Neurus? Even amidst all this commotion...
Too much to...
As always. To business, then. I must up...
No new commissions. No time for them.
It is not a new one I require. Before his high... Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused.
But... Pish and tosh, woman. She is for...
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need.
Ah...
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where like...
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual.
Whoa!
Good God. Is this... a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone. Still... However, for a craft meant for the... Did you... really build this vehicle exactly? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the masterpiece like her. I'm...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this... mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please!
Look, this... Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier...
'Tis no scheme.
For his... Hold a tick. And now you want... That's it?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists.
Understood.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think... maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world.
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him.
I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grief.
This guy's got no filter.
So, summing up. Our destination is Port Rhylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek up.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. and our target isn't a fair...
A criminal?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need... Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight.
But to deliberately violate the... Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention, and thereby, Luis... What do you think of this plan?
I think it's a perfect...
Makes sense. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any... Our fate rests in this plan of yours.
Thank you.
Righto.
Good to know.
Yes.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fight, after all, the wilds out there are no. So,
He's certainly an eccentric. Oh, yeah?
What now?